Hello students, good afternoon. Today I am going to end classes on final accounts and this is the conclusive class. So today I will cover the theory part which is given in your chapter. So this is you are seeing now screen on a screen syllabus, and in syllabus, reduced syllabus, you can see meaning and preparation of trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet is included in the syllabus from the given trial balance, with the adjustment of closing stock only. So all other adjustments are not in the syllabus. You should practice only the adjustment regarding closing stock, which I already explained. So preparation you have already learnt, and now you have to go through the other theory part. If what is trading account, what is profit and account, and what is balance sheet, like questions comes, then you will be able to answer that, and also you will have a better concept of all these accounts. So let's see from start. There are three parts of final accounts: trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Trading account is a statement which is prepared for for determining gross profit or gross loss during a particular period of time. Now what is gross profit or gross loss? So that is the difference between net sales and cost of goods sold. Now you can understand what is the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold means when raw material is purchased, then there are some other expenditure which are made on it to make it sellable, like wages, means employing labor and preparation of the material, different processes. Other expenses are also there, like carriage inward or any factory expenses. Whatever is spent in factory is included in the cost of goods sold along with purchase. Then subtracting it from net sales, we can get gross profit or gross loss. So freight, carriage, wages, factory rent, fuel and gas, all these examples are put in the debit side of trading account. Now you can see the total uh, format of trading account. So at first to opening stock is written, then to purchases, then purchases returns if there is any is subtracted from purchases. Again direct expenses are written in the debit side: wages, carriage inwards, freight, import duty, gas and fuel, octroi, dock charges. Octroi, dock charges, import duty, all these are examples of tax employed by government. So all these are government, but since these are spent on bringing the material into the factory, so it is added to the cost. Again other lighting in the factory expenses, coke and coal, water, oil and grease, motive power, royalty on production, all these are mentioned in the debit side of the trading account. Now you already know how to prepare it. I have already explained it. So trial balance is given, and from there you have to prepare trading account. So whatever is written in trial balance, from there whatever is relevant for trading account you will put here. Again profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the account which is prepared to calculate the net profit or net loss of the business for a given accounting period. This is the definition of profit and loss account. So it is a financial statement that matches the total cost of goods sold, and it is subtracted from the gross profit. So you will get net loss or net profit. So what is net profit? That means net means subtracting every expenses, selling expenses, overhead expenses, uh, office and administration expenses, factory expenses. Subtracting all these from the sale, we get net profit. So already we had subtracted from uh, sales and we have got its gross profit. So in PL account only it is subtracted from gross profit. Now see how trading account works. So when sale is added to the closing stock, that means closing stock is an asset and we are having it in our godowns. Now that is added to the sales. When we add closing stock to the sales, we get how much we have earned and how much we have in our godowns. So at that time, we get the total goods produced in the period. And when wages, purchases, and opening stock was already available at the start of the year. So last year's closing stock turns on the first day opening stock of the company or the business firm. So opening stock it is added with purchase, and when it is subtracted from sales plus closing stock, we get how much goods have been actually sold and how much is sales exceeds purchases plus opening stock. So in this way we get gross profit. Again we subtract wages and other direct expenses from there and we get gross profit. So under profit and loss account, at first profit and loss account is written, then for the year ended or for the year ending, the date is written on which the PL account is prepared. If there is a gross loss, then it is written in the debit side on the top of everything. The two gross loss transferred from trading account. Again, then comes other expenses like office and administrative. Under that, rent, rates, taxes, office salaries, salary up to the staffs, and printing and stationery, office lighting, postage, telegram, telephone charges, legal charges, audit fees, insurance, general expenses, repairs and renewals, office conveyance, charity, establishment expenses, stable expenses, license fee, upkeep of cars and motors, loss by fire and theft. Any revenue loss or revenue expenditure is entered here. Depreciation on assets, if it is given in the trial balance, you can enter it here. To selling and distribution expenses, that means under selling and distribution expenses, what are the expenses? So these heads are mentioned in the trial balance and you have to choose which one to put in trading account, which one to put in the profit and loss account. So by the relevancy of the expenditure, you can understand if it is office or administrative or selling and distribution expenses, then it is debited in the PL account, and if it is direct expenses related to production, then it is debited to the trading account. Again, if in the credit side of PL, which amounts are entered, at first you should write by gross profit if there is a gross profit, and other revenue incomes are written here. So sometimes operating incomes are there and non-revenue incomes are discount received, commission received. All these are revenue incomes which are earned in the course of business, and other non-operating incomes are which are not related with business, like interest on a loan given to anybody. That is not the business of the firm. Suppose the firm is producing any goods and it is lending money to somebody and he pays interest, then these kind of things are entered in the non-operating income. You don't have to give head every time. You just write by interest, by dividend, by rent, by apprenticeship premium, by income from other sources, miscellaneous receipts. Abnormal gains like abnormal losses are entered in the debit. So abnormal gains like profit on sale of fixed assets or profit on sale of investment, all these are written in the credit side of the PL account. Let's see once what is the difference between trading and profit and loss account. So trading account is prepared to a certain gross profit and profit and loss account is prepared to a certain net profit. Again, trading account is prepared before PL account and PL account is prepared after trading account. The main contents of trading account include opening stock, closing stock, purchases, sales and direct expenses, and profit and loss account contains everything other than direct expenses. All indirect expenses and incomes are entered in the profit and loss account. Again, balance is transferred to PL account in case of trading account, and PL account's balance is transferred to the capital account in the balance sheet. Now let's see what is balance sheet. Balance sheet is a financial statement which represents assets and liabilities or financial position of a uh, firm as at a particular date or on a particular moment of time. That means so why as on is written in case of balance sheet. So if it is written as on 31st 12 2019, that means it is representing the financial position on the 31st of December 2019. Now balance sheet and trial balance seem similar, so let's see what is the difference. So purpose of balance sheet is to represent the financial position, and trial balance is prepared to check the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. Balance sheet is made at the end of the accounting year, or trial balance may be prepared every time when there is seems some problem in accounts. And balance sheet is prepared to see the financial position or account of a company, and trial balance is prepared sometimes it may prepared or it may not be also prepared. So balance sheet is necessary and trial balance is not so much necessary. It is up to the firm. Again, headings are in balance sheet are assets and liabilities, and in trial balance 2 columns represent debit and credit. So all these you go through. I am sending this study material also. Now you can see format of balance sheet. So at first capital is generally mentioned and net profit is added with that, and then drawings is subtracted as I shown in the different. So owner's equity is written as top, and it is written just opposite to that. So this is called marshalling of balance sheet. So if you give it liquidity preference, means liquidest of the liabilities and assets are written first, then current liabilities will come first, and in asset side current assets will come first. If it is written on the basis of permanency, then owner's equity will be written first and fixed assets in the asset side will be written first. So at first fixed assets are generally mentioned, then investments or current assets, and then fictitious assets are written at last. Again, owner's equity as written in first in liability, then capital, add net profit less drawings, then reserves are generally mentioned because it is the owner's fund. Then current liabilities come. Again, long-term liabilities after the owner's equity is mentioned, like debenture or loans on mortgage or long-term loans are written first, and then current liabilities like bank overdraft, creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, and contingent liability is one of the item you must understand. Contingent liability is not added with the balance of liability, but it is mentioned only in the balance sheet. So mainly you should go through, you at least remember what is the meaning of trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. These three you must remember because it can be asked in 2 marks questions. So that is all for today. Thank you very much. Go through this study material. I am sending it in PDF, and keep practicing final account. Thanks.